Should Sharia law be over the U.S. Constitution?
Yes.
Sharia law does not contradict with this. Sharia law just protect our dignified. We are like human being. Be respectful. To be respectful in the society.
It may protect the Muslim who believes in Sharia law, but it sure as hell does not protect the Christians, or the Jews, or the Hindus, or the Kuffars who don't believe in Islam. It subjugates them. It humiliates them. Hi guys, this is Sahar TV, and in today's video we'll see an article that was recorded 9 years ago of a reporter asking Muslims if they believe that the Sharia law should be over the Constitution. Let's see what they had to say.
Well, we decided to launch a special Hannity investigation to find out if American Muslims think that Sharia law should supersede the U.S. Constitution. Earlier today, we sent out Fox News contributor David Webb to an Islamic cultural center in New York City. Now watch this closely.
Your thoughts, should Sharia law supersede the U.S. Constitution?
No, but I think the Sharia law is made by God, by Allah. And the Constitution is made by people. So it's not the same.
Do you believe that Sharia law should be above the U.S. Constitution?
Yes. Yes.
Sharia law.
I mean, of course they would say yes. You can't separate the political aspect from Islam to the religious aspect of Islam. They're intertwined. So of course, for Muslims, Sharia law is more than the Constitution, more than international law. It's over everything.
Law is completely different than the United States Constitution. As a Muslim, you practice my Islamic law. As a Muslim, United States Constitution, as a citizen, I have to respect the Constitution. Nothing to do with Sharia law. It's a Muslim country, Sharia law is allowed. Other country, no. You have to have a right Constitution.
Should any religious law supersede the U.S. Constitution at any time? Any denomination?
Maybe in the future.
The U.S. Constitution deserve all the people living in U.S. their rights, right? So Sharia law does not contradict with this. Sharia law just protect our dignified. We are like human being. Be respectful. To be respectful in the society.
It may protect the Muslim who believes in Sharia law, but it sure as hell does not protect the Christians, or the Jews, or the Hindus, or the Kuffars who don't believe in Islam. It subjugates them. It humiliates them. That's what happened back in Muhammad's time, and that's what will happen if Sharia comes to the West.
Think that the U.S. Constitution should be the law of the land in the U.S.
Also helpful to protect our Sharia.
Should Sharia law be over the U.S. Constitution?
Yes.
Every country have a different policy and different law, but I respect the law in any country I go.
Do you believe that the tenets of Sharia law should be over the U.S. Constitution?
No.
That U.S. Constitution, which is made by people, and the Sharia law is made by Allah. So,
oh boy, the Quran is man-made. There's a lot of errors in the Quran. How can you claim the Quran is made by Allah when there's so many errors in the Quran? Like the fact that Jesus was crucified. Although in the Quran, it denies it.
that is all the way above. That has to be definitely in the land, not for the America, for the whole world, would be above.
So that should be above the U.S. Constitution.
Yes.
Of course.
Joining me now with reaction, syndicated radio talk show host out of Boston, Howie Carr, the author of Demystifying Islam, Tackling the Tough Questions, the national spokesperson for the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, Haris Zafar, and Fox News contributor David Webb. You had a significant number, and by the way, this backs up a poll that came out last year that even a majority of Muslims in America think that Sharia should supersede the Constitution.
Yeah, and look, there was no problem getting these questions and answers from these folks. You saw a wide variety of them. We gave them a chance to answer. The problem, and I have this problem with anyone, anywhere who believes that any religious belief supersedes the U.S. Constitution. We're a nation where the Constitution guarantees your religious freedom and where your religion does not trump it.
It doesn't only supersede the Constitution, it also completely contradicts the Constitution. It's against the Constitution. It's against the freedom.
Most people believe that in America. There are Muslims who want to live here and live under our Constitution, but too much, we find a growing number of them that believe Sharia should supersede the U.S. Constitution. And one there admit, look, in other countries, it's Sharia, but look at those countries where Sharia is the law.
Mr. Zafar, while you are a minority in the Muslim community in many ways, and more liberal-minded in your views, generally speaking, we know the application of Sharia renders or relegates women and minorities and other religious faiths to second-class citizens. So that's just a fact when you look at the application of Sharia in Muslim countries. So if you have more than half of Muslims in America that want Sharia, they are basically saying they don't support the U.S. Constitution, where you have freedom of religion and freedom of expression.
Yeah, it's what surprises me. The reason this surprises me because the most fundamental principle in Islam on this subject is that the law of the land supersedes all other laws. So in the verses in the Quran that talk about government do not specify any religious involvement. They say put your trust in those that are in authority in your country, and it tells those people in authority to be just, not religious.
Okay.
Well, that's just a load of bullcrap. These are verses from the Quran contradicting what this man just said. In Quran 5:44, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, and it is they who are the disbelievers. Quran 5:45. And whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is they who are the wrongdoers. In Quran 5:47, and whoever does not judge by what Allah has revealed, then it is they who are the defiantly disobedient. Again, Quran 33:36. It is not for a believing man or a believing woman, when Allah and His Messenger have decided a matter, that they should have any choice about their affair, and whoever disobey Allah and His Messenger has clearly gone astray. So again, just a load of bullcrap.
Wait a minute, but the true application of Sharia in countries is women can't drive, women have to dress a certain way, they can't be seen in public with men that are not their relatives. In some cases, women need 4 male eyewitnesses for rape. Gays and lesbians are killed. Those that leave the faith are viewed as apostates. They are killed for such religious liberty. So the reality is, it is at odds with the U.S. Constitution. It's practical application. Howie Carr.
So what?
Well, yeah, Sean, obviously this is what Ben Carson was talking about when he said he couldn't advocate for electing a Muslim president. And this is just a very troubling fact of life in society. I mean, and the fact that the Democrats are attacking Ben Carson over saying this, I mean, this is a Sharia law. There's no gay marriage, for instance. Abortion, as you pointed out, is punishable by death. Blasphemy. You know, no one's talking about rounding up Muslims. Certainly not Ben Carson, like FDR did during World War II. But this is just fundamentally Sharia law is at odds with the Bill of Rights.
Howie, I want you to expand on that, because fundamentally the Quran and Islam, I'm not talking about radical Islamists, the Quran and Islam are fundamentally at odds with the Constitution. Isn't that the truth?
No,
correct.
It's not the truth.
You know, did you ever think, Sean, that we would come to a point in our lifetimes where the Constitution and the Bill of Rights would be on the table? No. It's just mind-boggling, and I can't, and I don't understand why the Democrats are so down on Carson. You know, they have litmus tests, so-called, for Supreme Court justices. If you're against abortion rights, then they're not going to vote for you, including Hillary Clinton, Chuck Schumer. Now they have a litmus test for Citizens United, the Supreme Court decision about the First Amendment. So, I mean, if Ben Carson wants to make this a litmus test, if you're for Sharia law, he's not going to vote for you. What's the problem? I'm with Ben Carson.
Yeah, and by the way, if I ask you, Mr. Zafar, where are the Catholic and Christian and Protestant and Jewish temples in Muslim countries, and what are the restrictions, or what is the punishment for anyone that speaks out against the very extremely controversial life of Muhammad? What would happen to them in a Muslim country under Sharia, as applied currently in Muslim countries today?
Right. And so what you have clearly and very accurately defined as the system of government in countries like Iran and Saudi Arabia and Pakistan, Afghanistan, there's a reason why within the worldwide Ahmadiyya Muslim community and other Muslims as well, that we continually and consistently condemn them not just on like a
small minority. You can't even get, as I understand it, in Pakistan, you can't get a Muslim funeral if you're an Ahmadiyya.
The United States constitutes.
They just had a major march in Copenhagen, Denmark. They want to make Denmark a Muslim nation.
They want to make the whole world a Muslim nation. They need to make a caliphate with no borders. They want Islam to rule and dominate worldwide. They don't believe in countries. They believe in a kingdom of Islam.
Yeah, but you know where
Muslim
part of this
Party.
needs to begin, Sean, is that there's a reformation needed. And the Ahmadiyya Muslims, the Sufis, there are other groups. Just like we had a reformation in the Christian church, there's time for a Muslim reformation, and it's at hand.
David,
and the
they are
and that's
at
why
best
it's very
2%
important
of
to
the
remember
members.
that-
But here's my point. In
You're
the
right.
United States, they can create a foundation and begin to spread. It's not going to happen
David,
overnight.
They're not even
That's why the US
considered Muslims
Constitution
by
is
the, by the
paramount.
98%.
I know, no, I hear you, but it's got to
Well, that's why,
start
Sean,
somewhere,
that's why
and
it's important
Muslims
to
have to
remember-
solve this problem.
Last word.
That's why
Hassan.
it's important to remember the U.S.
House.
constitutes less than 5% of the world population. Obviously, they're not unimportant. It's all about the works and the impact. And let's look at that. The Ahmadiyya Muslim community has built and operated over 15,000 mosques in the world, more than any other Muslim organization.
You are less than 2%. You are less than 2%.
And the U.S. is less than 5%, but our significance is what really matters. And that's why within
Listen,
the
I wish
Ahmadiyya
you
Muslim
well,
community, we are
because
leading the
he's a brave
reformation.
man.
The U.S. Constitution
What
absolutely
kind
is
of
paramount,
mosques
and
is
we're loyal
Saudi
citizens
Arabia
of this
offering
country.
to build in Germany for the new refugees, so-called, that are coming?
And we're with
into
you to condemn
Germany?
Saudi Arabia and their
right.
clerics. Absolutely.
Thank you all for being with us.
There's a bunch of people sitting there.
Well, I can't even believe you expected a different answer. Islam and the Constitution contradict one another. And one great example is your freedom. Your freedom to leave a religion is taken from you by getting killed in Sharia law country, by getting the capital punishment ordered by Muhammad. In Sahih al-Bukhari 3017, it says, "Whoever changes his religion, kill him." Sharia law has no place in the West. Sharia law has no place at all, unless it reforms. And I don't think Islam is going to reform anytime soon. They believe it's the word of God. And if you dare to change the word of God, it's no longer the word of God. So why would they reform? But great video that was recorded 9 years ago. And now the situation is even more powerful and aching. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel and me financially, you can do that using Buy Me Coffee or Patreon down in the links in the description. Please don't forget to join our Discord in the link below. And now you can become a YouTube member and enjoy specific YouTube perks. Thank you for being here. Bye-bye.